You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salaam Radio. Salaam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Good evening, tech enthusiasts. You're tuned into The Tech Factor, the show where we delve into the latest and greatest in technology. I'm your host, Akeel Khalil, and we have an exciting lineup for you tonight. Joining me are our brilliant co-hosts, Joel and Shamshad. Joel is our tech wizard, once built a gaming PC out of spare parts he found in his garage, and Shamshad, our gadget guru, can make any device dance to his tunes. He once reprogrammed his smart fridge to order pizza automatically when he was out of town. Welcome, guys.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How
Glad
are you?
to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you back. He's literally just taking the mic. If you're watching this live right now on the streams, he's come back after 2 weeks off and he's taken the microphone off.
That's good.
And we're obviously...
testing it.
You were. That's exactly what you were doing. You were testing it. I've missed you guys. And we're missing Faisal, obviously. He's away.
Yeah.
He's quite clearly defragging his hard drive somewhere. Okay, so the first topic of this evening is check snap mystery. Ever wondered why taking a photo of a check for deposit via a banking app doesn't always work seamlessly on the first attempt? In this episode, we'll investigate the curious phenomenon of check snap mysteries. I would say that, but I've got Shamshad with his phone dropping all over the place. I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah. I'm on something. I'm on too much tea.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go with that. He's had too much PG tips.
Overly jittery.
It's true. You know what he needs? He needs some stabilization. Can I just, before we start, I just want to give a big shout out to Malcolm, who we both know, because he tells me today via LinkedIn that he listens to our show. So hi, Malcolm.
Hi, Malcolm.
Thanks for listening to the show. It's good. And in fact, Joel, I've actually invited him. So Malcolm, I'm saying this on air now. You're a techie, so but anytime, come on, let's have a chat. It'll be good fun, wouldn't it?
It would be good fun. Yeah, you should definitely come.
I'll do my best not to refer to you as Lane.
Wow, that is...
We're going straight into
Going
Warcraft.
back, yeah.
Oh dear. I wonder if Malcolm's still playing World of Warcraft. I bet you is. Okay.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Okay. Right, yeah, so...
Was it called WoW, wasn't it?
Yeah, World of Warcraft, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. But look, you can get involved in the show. You can call us on 01733 602 133, or you can text the show on 07411 191 062, or comment on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. We'd love to hear from you. Have you been someone who's suffered this? So, Joel, why does this happen? Why do we have these issues where we're trying to deposit checks and we have technical glitches? Why does that happen? How can that be possible in banking?
It's a very good question. So first of all, let's have story time. So this is a real sort of pet peeve of mine again. I don't want to come on the radio and I'm moaning about technology.
No, it's all right. Good. We should do it. Grumpy old man.
Recurring theme, yeah. Recurring theme of the show. Let's all have a good old moan about tech. It is frustrating, and I don't know about your experiences, but my experiences are you're setting up the check, you want to pay the check in. I mean, listen to me, I'm like old school talking about paying checks in and stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, I still get given checks every now and then, and I still have to process them and put them into the banking app. But not only that, I've recently just also opened a Revolt account and online banking app.
It's brilliant.
Got one of them.
I had to use the same tech to upload ID.
Yes.
And it worked in the same way.
Yes.
So that was annoying.
Yes.
And other cards and things like that. So it's not just checks that we're talking about, because checks are a bit old school now and like not many people are using them and stuff. But the key, the sort of my sort of really pet hate about the fact that they're using this kind of technology is it just seems to randomly go off, doesn't it? So you have like a blurry picture and then one that's not in focus.
That's right.
And then you've got to try and find the right kind of lighting for it, and then it will just trigger and take a bad picture. And I just think that, why can't I have a button? All my other cameras have got a button that I pressed at the right time.
Yeah.
When I can see that it's in focus, I can see that it's, you know, in good light and stuff. So
I think the problem with that there is probably the in-house camera app that they're using, or camera, whatever it is. software they're using in that application.
So
And maybe for security reasons, they want to use the on-device camera.
Yeah, they use
That's the only thing I can think
they
of.
use the on-device. Yeah, they don't link to the camera software
Yeah.
on the device. The software seems to be within the app, but it uses the
Which is
lens.
rubbish,
It
yeah.
uses the lens of the camera. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you recall it. So me and Sham went abroad earlier on this year.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to remember whether it was the train app or it was the Visa app, one of the two, right? I think I must have attempted it 100 times. It just kept failing. I'm
Oh, the
like,
Visa.
yeah, why is this
Visa,
failing?
the Visa.
I was underneath the correct lighting. It's exactly the same thing, just not for banking, but using the app, clearly written by probably the same company who's probably done the bank app, right? And it just wouldn't focus. It just wouldn't, no matter how many times I was just getting frustrated. I was thinking, and in fact, it wasn't a picture of me, I've just recalled now. I was taking a picture of my passport using the camera on the back of my phone, which is superior than the one on the front, and it kept failing. It just would not record the digits at the bottom of the passport correctly. Every single time it failed. And I'd be thinking to myself, and it wouldn't let me manually enter it either.
Yeah. Same with the Revolt app, trying to put in ID, that passport, and in the end, it accepted it, but it didn't look great.
So what you're saying is, to the human eye, what was accepted was clearly not right, and to the AI eye or the machine learning eye, what was fuzzy was the language you wanted.
Yeah. No, interestingly, I was having a chat with Chad earlier. So we now call ChatGPT. We call him Chad. So Chad GPT, and me and my wife were all like chatting to him and talking about stuff. And I was asking,
Did you tell it? Did you tell it? So you grass your wife up to Chad?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
But I was saying, I was asking him to give me some, like, why is there no button? Is it security reason? Is it this, that, and the other? And what's quite funny is to come up with some. So the automatic capture image simplifies the process. No, because we've just said it's taken me 100 times, to take a picture of of the passport or whatever. It's optimal image quality. No,
Nope.
I disagree with that as well, because when I see the image quality of what's been taken and uploaded, I think I could do a better job manually.
Yeah, you
and
move
press
a
the
millimetre
button.
and it's like a high-speed action for a
Yeah,
photo.
just goes blurry. Yeah. Consistency. Automatically capture provides consistency of image quality, which is crucial for accurate OCR image processing and reduces the likelihood of needing to retake photos, blurriness, poor lighting, and incorrect alignment. And I'm just like, no.
None of that.
It doesn't offer any of that either. And enhanced processing, so the app can use real-time feedback to guide their user in positioning the check correctly or identification correctly.
Do you reckon it might be to do with the fact that it's to do with banking and there's some kind of security thing going on?
Yeah, so it did go on. So my engagement with Chad went on a little bit further, and we did talk about that, and it did make some pretty good ones. So it talked about OCR. Is short for Optical Character Recognition.
Yep.
So again, it can read all the digits and stuff like that on it, and the amount and then everything else of it. So that technology has been around since scanners.
Correct.
Yeah.
Photocopiers, scanners in your office. You could use that kind of tech, and it would take the text and put it on your screen.
A lot of
Yeah, I just
want
wanna-
phone
just-
cameras have that inbuilt in their software, don't it?
And
Don't they?
And I
Yeah.
just want to, just at this particular point, I just want to interject just at this point about OCR, which is that it's designed, it struggles with poor image quality, right? OCR just doesn't work. If the image isn't cleared, just continuously fails. But when you've got a really powerful camera and everything is set, the scene is set, the lighting is set, it just struggles. I don't understand why there's not a new version of OCR out. Sorry, carry on.
Interestingly, what you can also now do with Chad is you can upload documents to him with text, and he will actually OCR that text, and there does seem to be another level of OCR
Oh, okay.
arrived or here.
So
or,
are we talking like a photo with text on it?
Yeah, so if I took a picture of a letter, then I can upload that to ChatGPT, and it can read the letter, and it can do then other things with it that you might want it to. It can digitalize it, or it can
reword it,
save it as a different format, and all those kind of things. So I think OCR is something that's been around for a long time, but it does seem to be changing. But whether they use, I don't know what kind of tech they're necessarily using in kind of applications that we're talking about and how sophisticated that is, whether it is just still the sort of the old school scanning kind of OCR stuff, or whether it's more up to date and more powerful kind of OCR tech. So,
do we have to just accept the fact that the digitization of society is happening faster than the capabilities of what's currently available?
I wouldn't say that.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think it's probably more to do with the fact that not enough resources have been put into that kind of software.
Well, I'll come back to you on that then.
Go on.
Working in that environment in software, I can tell you, some of the world's biggest companies have got all the resources in the world. They want their apps to work.
But then why don't they?
This is my point.
Because it's not something that's...
I don't think that there is... Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Text us on 0741119111062. I don't think at this moment in time that the technology exists mass market that will do something that's going to have a net benefit to the organization that's capturing this data. I don't think it's valuable to them yet enough for them to invest into it. I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, but
I'll give you an example. Right?
How can it be not valuable enough? 'Cause
No,
these are so we're talking like a
banks,
banking application.
Yeah, banking application. Hear me out.
So it can't be any more valuable. It's your first customer, first joining
Exactly, but it doesn't work. It's my point to you
Yeah.
here. My point. Well, let me articulate my point then. My point is that right now, because there's not enough people who are failing and complaining about this.
Maybe that.
Right? And it costs them, say a program was going to cost you $1 million, but this is going to cost you $10 million, but the return on it is only going to be half of that. Why are you going to spend that money?
Yeah, you're not going to spend that money.
You're not. They just won't do it. But there are organizations out there who are, and they want to be the first. They want to be the first one who created this new app that can capture this information and then see if they can trademark it. That's what's going on.
I think the technology is there. It's already there.
I'm with you on that.
But
there's an unwillingness.
I'm jumping the gun here, but even Samsung showed it on their new Galaxy devices. They've got that sketch to image. I think it's called image to sketch or something. You can just draw a sketch of something.
Yeah, they copied Apple with that.
But regardless of what it is, so you can sketch like a church.
That's right, yeah.
And then you can tell it, right, take this picture, and you can tell it, right, can you make a real picture of this,
Yeah.
an artist like proper drawing of it, but in this style or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Or you've got a photo and you can draw a sketch in there, and then you can tell it, can you add this in there?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, you can
take stuff out.
show it a photo of yourself and say, can you do something with this? And it will be accurate.
Yes.
So why can't...
I'm with you. So that's also taken from other learning models. So Apple's done the same. Samsung have done the same, basically.
Yeah.
Using all these other organizations who have heavily invested in AI and then basically
Remember,
buying all of
so
this
Samsung,
technologies.
they didn't invent this.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Nor did Apple.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They've just got lots of money and they could just buy out buy the technology, can't they? I guess what I'm saying is there an appetite for these organizations to fix this for me and you? And I just can't see it at the moment. I'll give you an example why. Me and him went to Saudi Arabia, right? This train that we went on does 300 kilometers an hour. And it was amazing. The train stations were billion-dollar train stations. The trains were amazing. The staff were amazing. The technology was great. But the app's awful. The app won't scan the passport. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
How can you spend, if I said to you, this is going to cost $7 billion, that's everything, and then I say, okay, now the user, my experience, user-centered design, user experience, where's that?
I think for checks, I think you're absolutely right. I think when it comes to what you're talking about is there should be more investment to make it work. When it comes to me setting up my Revolt account and scanning in the ID for that, that's where the money's going to be made.
Yeah.
That's the part of it that really needs to work. I mean, we've sort of used checks as an example, but that is it's a bit.
Yeah, check is one thing I was thinking about. Who still uses checks?
Apparently,
I haven't used a check in years.
I'll tell you who does. Joel and his mate Chad.
Well, where would you? Well, I'm just trying to see where.
I tell you,
where would it be preferable to use a check?
I get refunds from banks and stuff using checks. That's the only thing I can recall.
Good point,
HMRC?
actually. Yeah.
The HMRC still send checks?
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
They would. Yeah, they would.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
my mum, she
well,
still
what's
uses
the-
checks.
but what I'm saying
And
is,
what about
what's the
Chad,
advantage
John?
of them doing that over just putting the money in your account?
That's a good question. Text us on 07411191062. Shamshad wants to know what's the advantage of sending a check or receiving a check versus having money deposited in your account.
Surely it's less hassle. You don't have to give them, like you don't have to wait or whatever. They just put the money in your account. Like when you use a card at a shop and you get a refund, they just put it back in the account where they took it from.
Yeah, no, I take your point. Have you experienced this, by the way, as well, where you're scanning something using an app and the card, the passport, whatever, hasn't worked?
You know what? That's why I've not been saying much, because I've never had this issue.
Now look at him, all smug. So we've had the issue.
Honestly, and I've done all what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
When we went
Yeah.
Saudi, I've got the Revolt, what do you call it?
Revolut.
I've got that currency as well. That's
Yeah.
a new one, another one as well. And
No issues.
No.
See, so he's smug. So I haven't told anyone, and you went to Chad.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened tonight. That's basically what we're
Yeah.
saying, is that what we want to see in this industry is an update to this technology, is what we're saying, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that. Let me know what you think about that. Have you experienced...
there was one bit of advice I read somewhere. It was that you should have a black background.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll try that next time. There we go.
Yeah.
Top tip.
That's one thing I forgot to mention.
So
Yeah.
where are you going to do that then?
You have a black piece of paper or whatever, anything that's black behind it. So when you're scanning it, that's what I read. That was the best. That was the best advice that they could give you.
Wow.
Really.
Okay. Well, that was Check Snap Mystery, and it ends with Shamshad saying, use a black background. Thanks for that.
Not shiny.
Yeah. You know what? We'd love to hear your thoughts on Check Snap Mystery. Have you ever had any trouble depositing checks or using apps that have had issues like that? Let me know. Hit us up on our social media. It'd be good to hear your experiences as well. Now, moving on. Samsung had an epic event during the course of the week. On July the 10th, 2024, Samsung's second Galaxy Unpacked of the year was streamed globally from Paris, unveiling its brand new flagship products. The latest additions to the Galaxy family are the Galaxy Z Flip 6, the Galaxy Z Fold 6, the Galaxy Ring, Galaxy Buds 3 series, Galaxy Watch 7 and Galaxy Watch Ultra. I'll confess, gentlemen, it felt like an Apple event at the beginning. And the reason why I'm saying this...
That's what I was thinking as well.
...is because of the sheer number of products and then the order that it was all done in. But it was Samsung, so we're going to give them their due. They have got some cool products, you know, we can't deny that. And we're going to discuss them. And now I have to say that the Fold and the Flip have evolved massively from the Gen 1 versions, which is great to see. I was particularly intrigued by two things, if you want me to be quite frank with you. One was the Galaxy Ring, and the other one was the Galaxy Watch Ultra, and I just knew the Ultra was coming, by the way. I don't know if you've seen the design of it as well, with the action button on the side and stuff, which just made me laugh. But that's been going on for many, many years. Now, about the Galaxy Ring, Joel, do you remember, I think it must have been about 4 years ago, yeah, something like that, where we bought these McClear rings. Do you remember?
I still have.
You still?
I still have it, and it still works. I've got the account and everything. But immediately when I saw the ring, I thought, better Akeel mentions the McClear ring.
Right, yeah, because that's our experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, before I had a smart ring, I never heard of them, and then Joel mentioned this McClear ring. It was basically a smart payment ring. Okay, you have an account, it's Bluetooth enabled, NFC enabled, and you just like you use the card, you just tap your ring. And I remember using it in shops.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you had to be there. People would just look at you like, how have you just paid for this with your ring? Do you remember, Joe?
It was incredible.
They would
The
just
amount
look.
of shops.
Yeah, like, huh? How did you just do that? Because we just stood there. Yeah,
I've
ring
got an
and walk
implant
up.
in my hand.
Yeah, I've got an implant.
You know, they hand over like the contacts
Yeah.
like this, and you just go fist bump.
Yeah.
And it goes. Beep,
And then you walk off.
Just you walk off. And
How did you do that?
Oh, it would have been better if you'd done the Star Wars Jedi trick.
Oh.
Yeah, you do that way as well. But also on the tube coming in and out of the gates
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, you can just hold your
So,
hand.
but it worked, and it was
Flawlessly.
So
No
how come you
issues.
stopped using them?
I lost mine. Okay, moving on. You didn't hear
I've
that?
set mine up on my phone.
Okay, so the other thing I was going to say was,
So that applies. Maybe that applies here as well.
now the difference here is that the Galaxy Ring is innovative in the sense that this is the first time you have a ring which is part of a wider ecosystem, operating system, versus its competitors like Aura Ring and so on, right? So this has health features, tracking features, and so on. But the part which I really like about this is, especially if you're an Android user, and specifically if you're a Samsung user, you're able to now get 24-hour data. That's the bit.
Yeah.
It's the sensors
Overnight
that-
sleeping as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sensors are built into it. I think that the miniaturization of that technology, that we were impressed when it was on the back of a watch side.
Yeah.
But now they've got all of that technology, the heart rate stuff, the sleep stuff, the sports tracking stuff, in ringside, I think the miniaturization of that tech is just
phenomenal.
That's the thing that
One
really
of the good features I liked was the sleep, that you can detect sleep apnea.
Yeah.
If you have sleep apnea, which is how else would you know that? Unless someone's watching you sleeping or whatever, or you keep waking up or whatever. I don't know.
You're right, and I think they're going to do well. By the way, it's expensive.
£400 ish.
£400 is a lot of money.
It is,
right? And
it is titanium.
I get that, but there's one crucial thing this has versus all of its competition, okay? Other than the fact that it's part of the Samsung Galaxy ecosystem, is it doesn't have ongoing payments. There's nothing you pay. There's no monthly cost on it. It's a one-off cost, and it's for life, and they're going to update it and so on. Where you have the competition, you have to pay, like, for example, I think it's Aura Ring is £6 a month. You have to pay to get the features. So all of a sudden, you've got £72 a year that you're paying for a ring that you've already paid a lot of money for, and just to keep certain services going. So I think that was a smart move by them.
And also, have you seen how it charges up?
Yes.
It's got
their own proprietary charger, isn't it?
looking charger.
Yeah, I agree.
That little crystal kind of like
It opens
ring.
up, doesn't it? Yeah.
But is it £400 cool?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So if it is it cool enough to not have a smartwatch and have
but it's different features, isn't it?
An analog watch.
Ooh.
But have that smart ring instead.
Okay, but then all that data is then fed into your smartphone.
It goes into your phone, yeah.
Uncle Samsung would not be happy with you and Chad, because you're just trying to kill their sales, Joel. No, but I see what you're saying. If you can draw the data from that ring that you'd get from a watch to your phone.
Because most smartwatches do, the sleep tracking, the sports, all this, the heart rate monitoring, VO2 monitoring. They're all claiming to do that kind of thing. The new Apple Watch claims to be sort of like doing, was it ECG kind of reading?
Does everything.
Yeah.
All those kind of things, yeah. So would I not have like a nice Breitling or something on my wrist and have a smart ring rather than a smart watch that needs charging, that you need to wiggle your wrist to see what the time is, and what I'm saying? I don't know in terms of that. I mean, I'm a bit anti kind of smartwatch anyway, but
wow,
I'm an analog watch kind of person.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let me. What was your highlights, Shamshad, from this event then? From the phones and the ring and so on. What did you look at and think? Okay, that's cool.
There's a few cool features. One of we've already mentioned, the sketch to image. I think they're called.
So that's the AI.
Yeah. And then there was another one where it was where most of their third party, not just their own phone and messaging devices, applications, but even some third parties, they will have a feature, the live translate. That I've always saw that had been crazy. That while a conversation is happening live, that if someone's speaking in a different language, you'll see the interpretation in your language coming up in front of you.
That's phenomenal. So you're more impressed, I guess, with its software side of things.
Yeah, where that's going. Yeah.
What about
because the rest of it is really it's the same. There's nothing. I don't see anything groundbreaking here.
No, but I mean, if you look at Gen 1 versus Gen 6, what you can see is better chassis, better processors, better cameras,
in that
better
sense,
screens.
I'm like you said, I'm a bit of a moaner. I was saying. So I've had the flip, the flip phone, and for me the issue was the peel. Okay, they've not mentioned anything about the screen or any of that. It's everything else is they've improved, but not the screen itself. And
actually, they've done quite a lot of work on that. So when it was Gen 3, you had a Gen 3 to Gen 5 and now 6. They've actually improved that screen, and they've improved the hinge to eliminate.
But the hinge has been improved, not the screen itself.
And
the
also
peel.
improved the screen to stop that from happening. Having less and less devices now fail like that.
With the peel?
Yeah.
How can that be? I've seen reviews of people with the newer devices. Within a week or two, they've got like black marks. They've got.
I've not seen that at all. No.
Even the big reviews.
I'm clearly not going. I'm not going into the dark side of the.
They've had it as well.
I'm clearly not going in the dark side of the moon with him.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm one of them guys. When I go to look at something and I'll go to the reviews, I always go to the 1-star reviews first. So see what the negatives are first.
Okay. Has this screen broken yet? Probably just come out. Has this happened? I don't. Honestly, I've not come across that. All right.
Yeah.
It's few and far between. I know that's what I've seen. I've seen from 5. Certainly in 5, there's less people complaining about issues with the screen.
And you don't. I'm not sure if you do know, but you don't get how much I wanted the Flip to work. Because that form factor is, I think, the best.
Do you still want one?
It's still the best form factor.
Would you get one?
I had one. I gave it back, didn't I?
No, but would you get the Fold?
The Fold, I don't know about that Fold. I don't know if I could justify that price tag. We were talking about this earlier on.
I mean, it's an £1,800 handset. I know it folds out to a larger sort of tablet, small tablet kind of size, but spending £1,800 over their like S24 Ultra, it's just what is it? It's like a £500-600 difference.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd spend that much.
I wouldn't.
I'd probably get the Ultra.
Yeah.
If I was going to get something high end. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're heading towards a break. Wow, that first half of the show has flown by. I think it helped with the start of the show when Sham was pulling all the stuff apart.
I can carry on, mate. There's plenty of parts around here.
I'm sure there is. Quickly before I go to the advert, I have to say they've got a new set of buds out. Did you see them? They've got these lights in there. They do different things. I've seen them.
No,
They're quite cool.
Very good. Let's talk about those a little bit after the break.
Sure, definitely will. Okay, so we're heading towards a break. Do stay tuned, 106.2 FM or on our live streams. And we will continue the Samsung topic as well as cool tech funny stories of the week. I'm sure Shamshad's got something special lined up his sleeve. So catch you soon. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers, and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalising variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites, from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our restaurant at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5pm to 10:30pm. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurant.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
For the top pizza in Peterborough, visit Top's Pizza. Established in 1988 for delicious pizzas with freshly made dough daily. View the extensive and mouth-watering menu online at topspizza.co.uk. Then choose from traditional tasty toppings, something different, or create your own with fresh 100% halal meats, salads, veg, and a great choice of sides too. Call into Top's Pizza, 52 Broadway, PE1 1SB. Call 01733 913 775 or order online for delivery or collection.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
Whether you visit the Berry Furniture Showroom at 78B Fengate in Peterborough or view and buy online, you'll be amazed at the quality and style you could enjoy in your home. With beds from just £299 and complete 3-2-1 sofa sets from less than £1,000, you'll also be amazed at their wholesale prices too. Plus, there's a 1-year free warranty on sofas and beds, subject to conditions. Find out more, click on Berry, that's BERRE furniture.co.uk or call 01733 300 517.
Discover peace of mind with Islamic wills from W&P Legal and Mariam Khan. Expertly tailored to respect Islamic principles and UK law, ensuring your legacy is honoured. We offer tax-efficient wills, probate, lasting power of attorney and more. Trust us for a culturally sensitive estate plan. Your legacy, our priority. Call W&P Legal now on 01778 252 301.
This is Salaam Radio, Peterborough's Muslim community radio. Broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
Welcome back to the Tech Factor. If you just tuned in, you missed our discussion on the Czech Snap mystery. But fear not, in this digital world, you can catch up on our social media channels. And we've just been talking about the Samsung event that took place earlier on in the week. And just before the break, I alluded to the Buds 3, I think they're called, Joe.
They are called Buds 3, yeah, you're absolutely right.
I like the look of them. They were again, very Apple-esque, although they put the little light in the middle, slightly changed the, but it just reminded me of the Apple, the Pro, right, the versions. But obviously these have got lights in them. But I did like them. I like the case as well.
I mean, Buds you can get, like, they're $2 a penny, aren't
Yeah.
they? You know, you can get them for a couple of quid now off Amazon and stuff like that. So, whether Samsung's R&D department stands for research and development or replication and duplication remains to be seen, I suppose.
What does Chad say about this?
I don't know how to spoke to Chad about this.
Oh,
one,
okay. All right.
he was helping me understand the first topic a little bit more. But no, I think the Buds 3 they look really good.
They do,
and I think it priced sensibly.
Yes,
at just over £200 even for like the Pro models. And I think that combining that with the buzzword from the expo was AI, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you know, and that does seem to be throughout all of Samsung's new products. And the fact that you're then combining the Buds 3 with that for real-time translate, for AI, where you can sort of the sound you can sort of, I can't remember what the term was, but you can have other sounds sound higher compared and block out other noises and all like noise cancelling and stuff like that.
It will pick out that's a baby crying and whatever. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, we talked about it on the show a few weeks back, but yeah, that seems to be in the Samsung Buds as well. AI noise cancelling, voice enhancing, that kind of stuff. And one thing that caught my eye when I was having a look at them earlier is you can have them connected to multiple devices.
That's really handy.
As you sit here now, you can have your earbuds in connected to your phone and to your Windows laptop, and it will seamlessly move between the two depending on, like, if you're having a Teams
that's a really
call
good feature.
or a telephone call.
I've got that on a headset that I currently use.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's just really cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good, and I thought for a couple of £100, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Well, okay, question. Ring or Buds? Joe?
Well...
No, you got to choose.
Buds if I was being sensible. The Ring if I was just, wanting a bit of a gimmick and throwing the money around, I think.
And you? Buds or Ring?
Ring again, just to be, because it's not something that I've never tried before.
I might as well get the Buds then.
Yeah.
All right, okay, that's fine. All right. So what we're saying now is that Samsung, they've got a good array of products. We know this, and they're in every single segment.
Well, how come we haven't mentioned? None of us mentioned the new design of the phones.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't they look like another brand?
Of course they do.
It's mental.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know.
It's like they're not even hiding it.
They're not even hiding it. This is very true. I mean, this is what I'm saying. When I was watching, I was like, this looks so similar, and feels so similar to. It's
I don't know what the thinking behind that is.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to gain new customer base by having familiarity, but their own thing. Does that make sense? Same but different.
Same but different.
All right. Listen, that was great. Thanks for that. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have a Samsung device? Are you going to be buying one of the new Flips, or the Folds, or the Buds, or the Ring? Do let me know on 01733 602 133 or text us on 07411 191 062. I realise I said that too fast. Maybe Samsung can slow me down with one of the Galaxy AI things on my show.
Or maybe you can have an AI over voice button that you press it and it speaks it out for you.
I like this.
Yeah, coming up with those ideas again.
You put a text in there and
you see?
tell it what to say. Yeah,
you know what? This segues us.
Or we could have Chad talking there, innit?
We could. Yeah. This is true.
Ask him if he'll talk for us.
Brilliant. This is so
we can have him as a
funny.
guest.
I think Chad's already. I think Chad's already here.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at Chad. That segues us nicely into our cool, funny tech stories of the week. Now it's time for our favourite segment. Honestly, I love this. And you know who's going to kick us off? Shamshad.
Oh, okay.
How? He was like, okay. Of course it's going to be you. We're waiting for this epic story that's not been part of our lives for the last 4 weeks.
All right, so I've got a couple of them, but the one that really stood out for me was the recent. I think it was announced at the beginning of the year, but now over this weekend is, I don't know if you know, something called the Goodwood Festival's happening. Goodwood Festival Speed.
Of course I do.
Yeah. So you know, manufacturers have their own luxury brands. Luxury size. You know, like Toyota has Lexus, and and so on. There's a Chinese company called BYD. Now they have a luxury side of it called Yang.
The other way around.
Yang Wang. Sorry, Yang Wang. That's it.
So Build Your Dreams has Yang Wang.
Yeah, so that's
Yang
their
Wang.
so that's their luxury and vehicles. The names of the models are. They could have used a bit more imagination to them. They already announced the U8, which is similar to like the size-wise, it's like a EV9.
Okay.
But they're targeting the audience, target audience for like Cullinan style. So that price range and that luxury. I'm talking about luxury. Yeah. So this is like this one's called the U8. Sorry, the U9. Sorry, the Yang Wang U9. Okay.
Yeah.
Now just hear these stats. Okay, they're mind blowing. Some of these. Okay. Right. So it's nearly 1,300 horsepower. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Electric?
Yeah. It's electric.
Okay,
Sorry, yeah, so I was going to get to that, but the max speed, I think it was 190. Yeah. So each wheel's got a motor dedicated of about 322 horsepower each on each wheel.
Yep.
Okay. So that means it is quite a weight. So it weighs about 2.5 tons. Now, it's got a crazy fast supercharge, 30 to 80%. So if you're at 30%, you can charge it to up to 80% in 10 minutes.
That's insane.
Look, compare that to a normal car. Now, one of the reasons for that is it's got 2 charging ports. So you have one charging port on one side or the other side. Well, this has got 2 active charge points. So you can plug in 2 charges.
So does that mean to get that speed, you have to have 2 in? To get
you can be maybe. This is
okay.
These are the stats that have come out. So far, but that probably is what it is. So rather than having just one 250 watt charger, you'd have 2 of them in there. So basically, you're blasting in 500 watts of.
Well, in reality, it's never that, but
500 kilowatts.
Theory,
Sorry, 500 kilowatts. Yeah. Now, it's got an 80 kilowatt battery, which gives you roughly a range of 230 miles. It's got some really intelligent suspension on it. So I don't know the exact. They didn't really go into detail from what I've read into the suspension on it, but. What it can do is, like the Tesla has the exhibition mode.
Yeah.
Okay. So this car has its own exhibition mode as well, with the lights they go off and off. But this car literally dances. So the suspension is that good. It does something called a bunny hop.
Right.
So it will compress all the suspension on all 4 wheels and squeeze them down to the ground, and then it just lets go. And the car literally, as it does that, it hops. So they've integrated that into
a mode,
the exhibition mode, and also the wheels can because it's a four different motors, they can turn whichever direction they want. So they've done that. It can spin on its spot like a tanker does.
Wow.
So 2 wheels are going forward, the other 2 are going backwards. So it spins in its position. It's insane.
Please tell me you're going to get this.
Of course. This is going to be my weekend car. The
U9.
So this the next thing to get onto is the price of it. So bear in mind the competition for this is things like the Rimac Nevera, which is £2 million, the Ferrari Pininfarina, which is £3 million. This car, the U9, is going to be approximately, I think this is what it's selling for in China at the moment, around £180,000. Now, I know it's a lot of money, but that's why I qualified it with what its competition is.
Wow.
Can
you get Chad in this car?
The challenge on this is whether or not they can persuade people to go for this. Because remember, everybody goes to Italians, Germans, and all these lot for these kinds of cars. And also you go for ICE cars, don't you?
Suspiciously low price maybe as well. Some people have thought like, ooh, I don't know. And the other thing that I want to address is the elephant in the room is going to be the name.
Yeah. That's what really boring.
But where I'm from, the word "wang" is slang for something.
I haven't used that. I haven't used that pun already.
Right, And the thing that I did see go up the hill at on the
Goodwood Festival.
Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yeah.
On their live stream of YouTube, which has been excellent for the last 2 days.
So you've seen it on there?
Yeah, seen it on there.
Right. I haven't. Yeah. Okay.
It looked absolutely amazing. But I tell you what, if I'm going to be known as the Wang Man in my Wangmobile driving around Peterborough, I'm not sure I'm going to spend 180 G's on it. Yeah.
That's an expensive Wang, mate.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question? Would you have Chad as your wingman in your Wang?
Well, this is it. Yeah.
Have you seen what it looks like?
No, I haven't.
Let me.
Okay, I'm about to be shown this. Okay, as you dig this out,
Style. It's very, very stylish.
It looks. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of.
Okay, that does look cool.
Do you remember
Good.
Need for Speed? And then in one of the movies, they had this. I think it was a Saudi Arabian supercar where it jumped from one building to another. I forgot what they call it. The Lycan.
Okay.
It looks similar to the Lycan, and it's got this massive, insane spoiler on the back. But there's no boot space, obviously, or luggage space. Sorry.
Would you have one?
If I had the money, I would definitely go for that.
100%.
Because you mentioned about the low price range and all that, but these guys have proven themselves, the Chinese, with their Chinese cars. They've proven that they can make really good cars, like with the old BYDs, the Neos, all them cars. They're really good at. They know what they're doing now.
This is true.
And the other thing to remember is this company that's behind this BYD. They are battery manufacturers.
Yeah.
At first, so they're a battery manufacturer making cars now, not car makers making their own batteries.
This is true, and it's funny you mentioned that. I was in London recently, and I saw a BYD Seal on the road for the first time. Loved it.
I've not seen one yet.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah,
it really does.
It does.
It was in stationary initially. Then I saw it drive off. I was like, wow, that is a cool car. Right, and I saw Carwow testing it, and he got over 300 miles out of it as well. I was like, okay, this is a cool car. It's a cool car.
Yeah, 300
it's a cool
miles
car.
is really decent.
It is, yeah.
Definitely.
So, okay, as ever, Joel, you got your work cut out now. Beat this.
How can I follow on from Yang Wang? I don't know. Everyone stopped sniggering. I couldn't stop sniggering when I was watching the live stream.
I can imagine.
When they were talking about it, because they've gone really big this year at the Festival of Speed. This particular brand and this particular company, because it's a great platform. Because you've got just waffle on a little bit more about the Festival of Speed for a bit. New 911 was revealed.
Yep.
Hybrid. New BMW M5 was there.
Yeah.
As well as cars like the U9 and stuff like that. So it's just the most perfect platform to launch something in front of all of the right people and to watch it sort of drive up there and that you just...
And also a lot of enthusiasts have their eyes on this event as well. It's one of the biggest festivals, isn't it?
There are going to be lots of checks written this weekend for them, I believe, and then someone's going to have to try and scan that in and fail. So.
Very good. What have you got for me?
What else have I got? I have got... So actually, this was something my friend sent me a few weeks ago.
Chad.
So not Chad this time, a real person. This
time.
Okay.
I thought Chad was real. Okay.
Sadly not. But she was having some dental work done, and she's having a crown fitted, and she sent me the most amazing video, and they were actually cutting her crown in a tiny kind of machine using water jets. And they cut her new crown from resin right there and then while she was waiting for it. Wow. So she turned up, they measured her tooth, they took a cast of the tooth, uploaded it into computer system, and then the actual resin, like a blank, basically, a blank resin block. And then the video she showed me was sort of water jets just working on this resin block, and they took that.
Oh, so it's like carving it out of that block?
Carved it out of the block while she was waiting, 40 minutes. So I had a look into, so that led me then down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And earlier on in the year, there was a MedTech Innovations Expo, and the kind of stuff that they were talking about, 3D printing or just artificial
organs we're talking about.
Organs and heart valves and all sorts of things now are being manufactured to be sort of put into...
That reminds me of, you remember,
people's bodies and
did
stuff.
you ever watch that movie called Prometheus?
Yes.
And they have that pod bed kind of thing, that med bay thing,
Yep.
where you jump in and just tell it, right, this is what's wrong with me, or it scans you and it would print and whatever do. So that
Yeah, so it's called...
It's gone in
How
that
do you
direction.
remember this stuff?
Yeah, it's gone in that direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
insane.
talking about medical implants, so 3D printed implants.
Did you say what did you say?
Medical implants.
Okay, cool. Go on.
3D printed implants tailored to specific anatomical and physiological needs of individual patients. Customizations could be led for better fit and better function compared to traditional implants. Then there's other technology called APF technology, which involves freeformers, which are machines designed to adaptively manufacture components from plastic granules. This process allows for the creation of complex geometries and functional components for their needs and mould. So again, going back to the tooth scenario, that when you feel your tooth, you've got lots of ridges, lots of highs and low points and things like that. And again, it was just blew my mind that there is already technology on a small enough and cheap enough scale to sit in a dental surgery.
Brilliant.
I think it's even more mind-blowing
Cut
because
your tooth
it's
out
not even
and have it.
it's not even printing them; it's carving it.
Yeah, using like water jets. Yeah, it was amazing.
That would be.
He's come back at you. What you got now?
That's really good.
And very useful.
And it's a game changer as well because especially for things like 3D printing organs. Because right now you have to wait. You're on a waiting list when you're waiting for someone to donate an organ or someone passes away or something like that. With these,
yeah, and you're absolutely right because when you wait for a donor, you have still got the chance of your body rejecting it and all that kind of stuff. You've got a lot of surgery to put that kind of stuff in. So, I mean, they're not printing complete hearts and stuff, but they are printing lots and lots of other things that are going to help with that process. So it's really, really good stuff. Okay,
so back to me again. Let's have a look. What did I have? There we are. Okay, right, yeah. So there's I'm not sure if I mentioned this before or not, but there's a game changer coming soon. It's called they're basically indoor solar panels or solar chargers. Sorry. So you've got your a remote control at home. How many devices do we have in the house that are handheld and that use batteries? You have to recharge them. They have to take batteries and whatever. So they've I think let me just remember what country it was in. These guys were in Stockholm, and they're basically printing these out. Right now they're printing them in mass sizes. And what they'll do, I think their aim is to replace any device at home that uses batteries.
Okay.
So the material is like skin, so it's waterproof, it's flexible, it's hard wearing, it's scratch resistant, and you can put it on basically any device anywhere.
Wow.
And it works off of your candlelight, moonlight. Obviously, moonlight not that good, but it's still they've shown that it did work off of moonlight as well.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
But inside of your candlelight, you had your normal bulb lights and whatever. Yeah. I can't remember the exact figure now. I've lost my. I'll put my notes. But the figure for how many batteries that are disposed of because of just remote controls is an insane figure. So the environmental impact of this technology will be insane as well.
Wow.
See, I like tech like that. Tech that really is going to make a difference.
Yeah,
because if I don't have to keep changing the batteries in my remote or in my clock in my kitchen, which I've just done recently, I just think, that's another battery.
Yeah,
that's another battery. I've had that clock a long time, and say it's been through 6 or 7 batteries. This tech would not, those batteries would not have to have been wasted and used up. So what I read was they actually right now they're manufacturing,
panels right now in mass volumes as the size of a phone. So I think they're potentially thinking about putting these in phones now, and I think they are in talks with some big money, like really big manufacturers right now. Not Apple and Samsung, but there were other big manufacturers that they're talking to. So like for example, your keyboard, what do you call it? The peripheral company, Logitech. They're in talks with them, and there was another company. So imagine your keyboard, wireless keyboard at home, no more batteries. Your mouse, no more batteries on it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
So that really is everyday changing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I love technology like that when people. hopefully no big battery company is going to buy this technology and bury it. But
it's completely. Here's the thing. You reminded me, obviously, when the vapes came out, right?
Yeah.
And then all these big tobacco companies realized their profits were going down, so they went and bought all the vape companies.
Yeah.
If you look at the large companies that do the distribution, they're owned by tobacco companies.
Oh, okay.
So you're right. That's likely going to happen. There'll be some company out there who will keep it on their books, but why would they want to lose their nickel business?
Yeah, they lobbied in as well, didn't they, for tighter legislations and things, and with the nicotines and stuff. So, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Hope it doesn't get bought out and buried, because that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That does make a difference.
Yours now, Joel?
Yeah, so I've found a article this year where, you know, the kind of like biometric tech that you get for unlocking your phone? Well, there's a company that is proposing to bring that to normal everyday locks, like the locks on your house and things like that. So you can sort of walk up to your house and it'll scan your face and let you in. So how's that for future?
So how does it scan your face with what kind of technology?
So it'd have a camera in the lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it may even use sort of third-party cameras like your Ring or whatever sort of thing. So this is a company called Lockly, a tech company that specialises in smart locks, and they're showcasing a lock with facial recognition technology that allows consumers to open doors without any keys. The smart lock is dubbed the Visage, if you want to sort of have a look that up.
Yeah.
Set to hit the market this summer. In addition to facial recognition, the lock will feature biometric fingertip sensors and a secure digital keypad as an alternative way of entry.
So what's there to stop me just taking a photo of you and then putting it in front of it?
Well, you couldn't unlock my phone doing that, so you won't be able to unlock my house doing that.
So it's a similar technology then, yeah?
Yeah. Facial recognition. Compatible with stuff like Apple Home Key and Apple Home as well. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it will have... because the other thing that the facial recognition on your phone does is you can't open it if your eyes aren't open.
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah. So again, and you've got a keypad that you can override it with, or you can use fingerprint tech and that kind of stuff as well. So
yeah, I've seen the fingerprint entry with the handles and the fingerprint, but not the other biometric one. That's insane with the
facial recognition.
Facial recognition, that's good.
That would be pretty good. And I think that once you start seeing that kind of technology trickle into that kind of thing, I think you would see it in other things. So could you have facial tech in your car, for example, to unlock your car, to then get in your car and drive it?
Yeah.
Because, at the moment, you can rob my house and take my key and drive my car. Anyone can drive it. But if you actually had sort of facial recognition in other everyday items that you wanted to keep secure, then, again, it could be a good way of achieving more security when it comes to that kind of thing as well.
But in reality, do you honestly think that a digital electronic device is more secure than a mechanical device?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, we could nearly get a whole show out of that.
I mean, you could flip that onto crypto, because if you have, it's a digital asset.
Yeah.
But the safest custody of your crypto is on a physical device.
Yeah.
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 And also,
this is definitely a topic for another show.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got a physical key.
Yeah.
And you get that key off me.
Exactly.
Then
anybody can use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah. If you can't get into my house because you can't show my face, or I show my face under duress or something along those kind of lines, you'd have to be. I'm not saying it would be impossible, but it would be.
No, I wasn't thinking on terms that quite that bad. But say someone like like with the cars, you have the digital keys, and people can scan them. Yeah. I'm thinking that same kind of technology people are using and hacking into it.
I wonder if you could. Deep fake it.
Yeah.
And then get in.
Even that, yeah.
See, that'd be
exactly. Yes. AI using. Yeah. Get Dave on it, mate.
Think about how to hack it.
Chad, not Dave.
What the hell?
Who's Dave? Who's Dave?
After Dave comes. I'm dead. Sorry. Chad.
No. I've just realised something. You've got Dave. He's got Chad. Yeah. That's what's going on here. Me and Faisal are missing out.
We can't talk about Dave, sorry.
All right, so we've got Dave and Chad.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave's a secret, but it's not a secret anymore.
Our little secret helpers, yeah.
Oh, my God. I've lost my train of thought. Completely gone. Oh, my God. Okay. You know what? As much as the future is bright and it looks great, it's also, you can see from what Shamshad has just highlighted as well, you have to be very wary because of the backdoor systems, the obvious ways of people are going to hack you, and so on, including stuff like that Ring, and and what we've just been talking about this evening about the apps. I mean, for example, you may download an app that promises to do the OCR better for you, but it's actually capturing your actual data.
Just because something sounds cool doesn't necessarily make it cool or good for you as well.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
This is very true. I think we're living in a very interesting time. I think what we're saying then, wrapping up tonight's show, is that we want better software for everyday usage, i.e. for banking and all the things that we do, whether it's through our phones, through our apps and so on.
That actually improve quality of life.
Yes, like you mentioned about those recharging of the battery cells and so on. Brilliant. That car sounds awesome. I think that was great. So, but you do win tonight's tech story of the week, though.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay,
By the way, I'm
cool.
going to start doing this. We're going to have a scoreboard. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to have to go back up and see who's got the best tech story of the week. So well done, Shamshad, with that. I would like the next time we're on air for you to formally introduce Dave at the beginning, like you did with Chad. I think
we need to have both of them on as guests.
Yeah, this would be good. In fact, we could do a show where
you bring your iPad, I'll bring my iPad,
and we just chat GPT for you guys and ask that, get your answers, and see what comes up on the show.
Because their voice.
We'll do the voice.
It's the voice. They can talk to you as well, so you can literally have the iPad sitting there, and it'll be Chad and it'll be Dave.
Brilliant. Okay, that wraps up the show. Thanks for listening to the Tech Factor. Make sure you join us in 2 weeks' time for more tech talk. Until then, stay curious and stay tech savvy. Thank you.
Bye.